Okay, hello everybody. This is going to be our video on Site 2314, and it's going to serve as our orientation video and course navigation video. So go ahead and, watch this through and then email me if you have any questions. I hope you find the video instructional and informative. But once again, you can always email me with your questions. So this particular video is geared toward students taking Psych 2314, Lifespan Growth and Development, in the online format and entirely online. So for my on-site students, there may be some elements of online work, but this particular orientation video is geared toward those students that are taking the course entirely online. Okay, so when you enter into our course, you will see this welcome welcome page with announcements that will introduce you to our class. So let me go ahead and show you what this looks like from the student view. So I go ahead and click on over and enter into that student view. And I can see the course as you see it. And this is what you should see when you enter the class. Okay, now, some other things that you're going to see is this menu bar on the left side of the screen takes you to different subsections within this course whenever you click on them. So at the top we have help and tools, announcements. This is where you are right now. That's our splash page or splash screen. That's the first page you're going to see. Getting started will give you more information about the course syllabus and information. This is where you're going to get your syllabus, list of references that you'll need for some of our assignments. My information, then lessons and assignments. And I'm actually going to pick up here with my grades because this will give you an overview of all of the assignments that we're going to do throughout the semester. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up. And what you notice here is we start out with a syllabus and orientation quiz. And everything, if you look to the right, every single assignment is based on a points value. So total number of points rather than averages or percentages or any of those other computations. This course is entirely based on accumulated points. So you add them up, and those are your points in the class, okay? Now, if you want to know how those points specifically relate to your grade in the class, you have to go take a closer look at the course syllabus. There is a minimum number of points that you need to earn an A in the class, and then if you get to that minimum number of points, essentially that exempts you from the grading distribution. So you have your A, and the grading distribution at that point no longer applies to you, and you're also removed from the grading distribution so that your particular grade doesn't weigh into what everybody else will earn. And once again, you can learn a little bit more about how I grade when you take a look at the course syllabus. Okay, but what you're trying to do in this class is maximize your total number of points. Now, in this online class, I've changed it up a little bit from last semester in that now I have these Learn Smart reading assignments. So you'll actually read your textbook, and then as you read, in that environment, the learning management system provided to us by McGraw-Hill, Learn Smart, will actually quiz you in real time as you progress through your chapters. And whenever you reach a certain level of proficiency, you will complete that assignment and you'll be awarded all 10 of those points. Okay? Now, underneath each assignment, you'll see a due date. Those due dates should correspond with the due dates in your course syllabus. So, for instance, in this class, this is Psych 2314, 83, 422. That's the particular section. So this is going to be an abbreviated course in duration. It's not a full 16-week course. So you're going to see some due dates here that may appear odd or a little bit different to you. Oh, pardon me. No, this is the full semester course. If you're in a course that is an abbreviated course in duration, like an 8-week or a 10-week or a 13-week course, then you're going to see those due dates as different than what you see here. Okay, this is obviously a spring semester because we're beginning in January. Some of you might take this course in the summer or in the spring. So make sure you pay attention to those due dates that are listed below the assignment, and also make sure that you pay attention to the due dates listed in your course syllabus. At the very end of your course syllabus, you'll have a course calendar that will list those due dates, and it will also state when each assignment opens and is available to you. Okay, so for example, our tests, I usually leave our tests open for a week. In the summer sessions, that might change because we might only have four weeks, and so in the summer, I might only leave them open for a couple of days. So make sure that you pay attention to your course syllabus. Okay, but here's a list of all of your assignments. All of these assignments are in your course syllabus listed with the course calendar, so you should be able to find them all. With the maximum number of points of 810 in this particular section. Now, if you're in another section, it might change depending on which assignments I offer that semester, but this is going to be this will give you a pretty good idea of how the course is structured. So each course is going to be structured into units, and then each unit is going to have readings, maybe an assessment or a miniature project, and then it may end up having a quiz and an exam. All right, so let's go back to getting started. If you've found this video, there's a good chance you already know about this subsection. So there's a welcome video here that you can play, learn a little bit about me and my background. There on the screen you see Ottolemur Garnetti, all those bush babies that I worked with. From Africa, okay, they're out there in the wild in like Somalia, Tanzania, but I didn't work with them there. I actually worked with them at southern Mississippi. So you can find a little bit of information about me by watching that video. Now, if you go down here to the course orientation, you open that up. That's how you found this video. And so I'll open that up, and I'm going to go ahead and store this course orientation video right here for you, so that you can find it, okay? And it will remain available to you throughout the semester. Other information on this page will provide you a little bit of information about how I grade, what to expect, and when I will actually get around to grading your assignments. All of that is also in the course syllabus, so you can find this information there as well. Okay, syllabus and course information. So right here, you'll notice that these are our SLOs. So SLOs 1 through 7, these are the goals that we have for the class. Additionally, we also have institutional goals and assessment goals. And so throughout the semester, you'll see that every assignment that I assign to you to complete has some purpose. The purpose is either an SLO, it's either an institutional goal, or it's going to be some sort of assessment goal. And the assessment goals are social responsibility, okay, empirical and quantitative reasoning, written and oral communication skills, and then critical thinking. So every assignment's going to be geared toward these SLOs, those assessment goals, or institutional vision, which is to teach, learn, and build sustainable local and global communities. Right here, you'll find some information about our course syllabus. Be sure to download the attached file. Here you'll see that I have a course syllabus from a previous semester that will update when our course begins this spring semester. And if you're in the summer, or you're in the May semester, or the fall semester, or in a winter term, you'll have a syllabus that should correspond to your section number. If it doesn't, let me know. It means I didn't get it in there for whatever reason, or I didn't update it, or I inadvertently saved it with the wrong file name. That hasn't happened to me yet, but I'm human, and you know, things can happen. We all make some mistakes. Okay, down here you're going to see references for our article quizzes. Okay, these article quizzes are going to pertain to peer-reviewed literature. So I'm going to open this up for us so we can take a quick look at the document. Once again, I can talk about this a little bit more in an office hour, and I usually do, like the first office hour, usually host is related to this document because students have some questions about how to find these articles. But anyway, Unit 1, underneath that section title, you're going to find references for Lecture 1, Lecture 2, Lecture 3 on infancy. And those are the articles that you need to pull and know a little bit about for those article quizzes. Okay? Some of you may decide, you know, I want to try this article quiz, or I don't want to try this article quiz. Once again, it's about maximizing your total points in the class. So whatever you're capable of achieving, go for it. I don't plan to fail students in my classes, but those of you looking to make a C or a B or an A, you have to kind of work to get those points and really maximize the points that you obtain in the class. And so I encourage you to do the best you can on all of these assignments. Going back, just since I already touched on it, if you've looked at the course syllabus, you know that in order to make an F in the class, you have to violate a code of conduct or an RCHS rule of some sort. And I don't really expect anybody to do that. But one way that could maybe happen is if you flagrantly plagiarize somebody else's work, then we could end up having a tough conversation about okay, what can maybe be done. At the bare minimum, you'd have to redo that assignment, and at the other end, that might result in failing the course. But other than that, the lowest grade I plan on giving in the class is a D. So I don't plan on failing anybody, and you can take a closer look at the syllabus. It'll give you better information about how I'm going to grade. All right, but each article can be found at these sites. So if you look to the right, I have links out to the right in the margin, and opening one of those links will take you to a database that stores that particular article. And if you need help finding those articles, let me know, and I'll be glad to open an office hour and we can talk about it. All right, so going back, here's your book, your Sandtrox text. You open this up, it will take you into Connect, where you'll register your code or what you were given and the materials that you were given by Follett, the bookstore. Okay, now let me get into our, my instructor information is here. It's also in the course, it's also housed in your course syllabus. So go in and you can go contact instructor and you can contact me there. Now let's move on to the lessons and assignments because I really want to show you how this is structured. So our course is structured into units, and we have 4 units. Each unit is going to cover different sections of the lifespan and our development. So we're going to talk a little bit about physiological development. We're going to talk a little bit about psychological development, obviously. We're going to talk a little bit about social development, and we're going to try to put socio-emotional development. We're going to try to put those things together into something that's cohesive and can make some sense of this thing that we call human life. Now, we're also going to highlight some of the developmental changes in other species to enlighten us about our own species and our own individual development. Okay, this is a very ambitious goal because what we're trying to do in essence is we're trying to sample the human species in such a way that gives us information, enough information about the entire population of individuals so that we can make reasonable inferences about what will change in their psychology, what will change in their physiology, and how we will progress as we age, and what will happen. Now, this is for all 7.5 or 8 billion of us. Okay, that's a very ambitious goal. So there's absolutely no way that I as an individual can disseminate information about 8 billion people to you. So in this class, there may be something that you've come across that you find interesting, that you go, well, that's not really a good representation of people from my place or my culture. Okay, and if that's the case, then share information with me so that I can provide a better sample of the human experience to students in my next class. Okay, this is divided out into units. So the first unit is Introduction, Prenatal Development, and Infancy. If you open that unit, you'll see a unit overview, which will give you an overview of all of the tasks you need to complete and the assignments that you need to complete for that section, for that unit. And what I would do if this were me is whenever I accomplished a task, I'd highlight it or check it off, and make sure that I'm keeping an inventory so that at the end of each unit I can go back and kind of audit my work, make sure that I did in fact complete everything that I wanted to accomplish for that unit. Okay, now once again, some of you may be asking me about late assignments and accepting late work. With the way that I grade in this class, you'll find that it's a little different. It really doesn't, there's no reason to fret over late work. In fact, late work's going to bog us down, so we're not going to do it. All you need to do is just do the best you can in the class, maximize the number of points. If you miss a Learn Smart reading assignment or something, just move on and let's just maximize your potential in this class. That's the goal, okay? And I'm confident that if you do that, you'll come out of this class with enough information that you're going to feel as though you understand lifespan growth and development at a basic level, at the level of a sophomore or junior in college. Okay? All right, so these are the assignments. PowerPoint presentations are here. If you open that folder, in every unit there'll be a PowerPoint presentations folder. You'll find the actual PowerPoint in document form, and then you'll find the audio lecture. Now, I encourage you to listen to those audio lectures. A lot of my test questions relate back to content covered in the audio lecture. All right, so then the next thing is the Learn Smart reading assignments. If you open that folder, you'll find each Learn Smart reading assignment. Okay, and in the first 2 units, there should be 6. So in Unit 1, you see chapters 1 through 6. In Unit 2, you should see 7 through 12. And then the last 2 units, you should have 4 chapters each unit to read. Okay, so as you read, you'll be quizzed, and once you complete or show a level of proficiency with the content, the theory, the topics from that unit, then you'll pass and you can move on. Now, if you're struggling, it's going to keep you in that chapter and require that you read a little bit more. Okay, now the next thing you'll find are discussions or assessments. Okay, sometimes these are mini projects, but you'll find information about that particular assessment. Then you're going to find a video maybe about that topic that you might need to watch, and then you'll find a submission tab where you can submit your work. Point thruster quizzes, these are the article quizzes. Okay, so every article quiz will be available to you for, I believe in this section it's going to be 1 day, but in other sections it might change, so be sure you look at your syllabus and your course calendar and make sure. But it is a point thruster quiz, so it's not, if you've ever seen one of those competition obstacle courses, that's kind of the idea about this, is the point thruster is there, it's challenging, it's difficult to get, and you only have a limited amount of time to get that assignment in. Okay, if you get it in, you've boosted your points. If you don't, that's okay. You have to continue on with the course. And just like in an obstacle course, that's what you're going to do. And here's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to maximize our potential in this class. Okay? All right, then the last assignment is an exam. You'll notice it's not available, but the review is. You can go ahead and look at those topics that we'll cover in Unit 1 and what you're expected to know on the exam. Now, on my exams and all of my quizzes, you'll have multiple attempts. So you'll have up to 2 attempts for that exam. So, and I'll take the highest grade. Now, exams are usually available for a week, and it will become available as outlined in your course syllabus. So here you can see it's not available yet. For this section, the exam hasn't opened. Okay, then every unit is structured in this fashion. So if I open Unit 2, you'll see that there are PowerPoints, Learn Smart reading assignments, discussions or assessments, those point thruster quizzes that cover our articles, and Unit 2 examination. Okay, that's for every unit should have those folders. All right. If you need to email me, feel free to open the communication tab that sends me an email. That's my preferred method of communication. So if you email me, I'll typically get back to you within 24 hours unless it's a very complicated question, and then I'll think on it for a little bit. And then on the weekends, I usually respond to email once toward the end of the weekend. I usually check it on Friday when I get home from campus, and then I'll check it again at the end of the weekend on Sunday, because I like to kind of know what Monday's going to bring. And sometimes the emails that I receive on Sunday can give me a pretty good idea of how that's going to go. And then down here is our virtual office hour. So whenever I host an office hour, I'll send out an email to you. In this particular section, I may house the sessions here so you can access from this point, but in most cases what I'll do is I'll send out the link to you via email, and you'll just click on that link and it'll take you right into the room. Now you can click on that link using a mobile app, okay, Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Make sure you download both apps, Blackboard and Collaborate. Okay, and then you can open it from your phone or smart device. If you're using a PC or laptop, you can just click on that link and it'll take you right into the room where we can meet. Okay, and then lastly, there are links to the library and resources that may interest you, some course tools that may be of interest to you. If you're having trouble finding any of the articles, you can email me or contact a librarian. There are some tutorials on here to help you get started with the library, help you learn a little bit about MLA or APA format. I suggest APA format. For this class, that's the American Psychological Association's formatting or preferred formatting, and they publish a manual every few years updating their formatting guidelines. Okay, so that's what I prefer for this class. I don't know MLA as well because I haven't used it in a while, but if you use MLA, I usually still accept the work. Unless it's something that's more complicated that I absolutely say it has to be APA. Anyway, so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and close out this orientation video. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for taking the course. I hope you enjoy your semester, and as always, feel free to email me your questions. If you need some support, we can open an office hour and I can address your questions in real time within that virtual office space. So without further ado, please enjoy this course. Please have fun. Please enjoy learning the content and continue to communicate. All right, take care.